Alright. This is the end. Leave forever? I should have brought the flashlight. Or maybe I shouldn't have, who knows? Adler's note. All efforts to contain this illness have been in vain. All the Gestalt workers have succumbed to it, leaving only dark shadows on walls and floors where they died. And soon, all of us Replika will have lost our senses and turned to writhing masses of flesh. So Isa dying, leaving dark shadows on walls. When Gestalts die, they turn to shadows. When Replikas die, they turn into zombies. I now believe it was not an infectious disease, nor some form of poison or radiation. It was a slow corruption of reality itself. As I've relived the same cycle over and over, each time, details changed, things are twisted, added, removed. How long until it all turns to nothing but noise? A red dream. A crashed ship, a strange gate, a hole in the ground. An island beyond reach, memories from other lives, dreams of suffering and loneliness. A promise. A search for someone lost. I saw her, in the red emptiness, waiting for me. We had made a promise. As the memories of a stranger rushed into my mind, I felt the borders of myself blur. The fabric of reality is changing. Now, I can no longer tell where Falk ends and Elster begins. What? Falk and Elster are the same? Same in the same way how Ariane and Alina are the same. Stop. You must turn back. There is nothing for you here. You've tried so many times, and you've failed every time. Don't you see that you're ruining everything? This is your final warning, Adler. I'm ruining everything. I'm the one that's causing the loop to happen. Because I won't give up. Because I keep failing. And my promise. And I can't bear the thought of that. Oh, look. It's two people hugging. Falk? Okay. Falk's memory. We were dancing to that song they start the broadcast with. We fell asleep watching that movie we had seen before so many times. If only I could take us back to that time when we were happy. These memories are mine now. Well, that's why Falk was dreaming of the white-haired girl then. But she was taking on my memories. My memories or the neural patterns? No. Ariane and Elster? Elster is a replica. Elster has always been a replica. The neural pattern person doesn't have to do with this discussion, I think. We don't know where Falk begins. There's a painting with a red dot again. Where Falk begins and Elster ends. This is the commander's room. Remember the layout? Why did you return? There's nothing for you here. She'll never dance with us again. No matter what we do. She doesn't even want us anymore. Death. Both of us, we are incomplete. Let us become whole again. Wait, is she like the Empress? Oh. Die. I'll be fine. Clearly, I'm stronger than you. But yeah, like the spears she has, that ring behind her, what is that? It reminds me of the Empress. I'm just wondering if it's normal for us to... Dude. Oh! I am dumb. I am dumb. Okay. Wait, you don't want to equip it? How do I use it? Dude, how do I use it? Please don't tell me I was supposed to have her down and then pierce her with a spear because I don't have any more ammo. Because I was a dummy. I thought she was just really strong, so I kept hitting her, but uh-oh. We might be in a bit of a tough spot here. Oh dear. The problem is not cannot carry any more spear, is cannot use spear. Whoa. What? My god. Okay, I'm not an idiot this time. I'm gonna walk around picking stuff up first. I don't have a shotgun. Can I use a spear and shoot? Excuse me. Wait, am I supposed to touch her? Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm getting hit like mad. Actung! Actung! I'm not sure what the condition for me... Do I just have to hit her a lot? I'm sorry, I don't know what threats you're trying to give me. I'm a little busy right now, dude. Things are not looking good. I just don't know how to... Oh! Shoot, I should have picked up the repair patch first. Oh, dude, I keep walking into it. Uh-oh, this is looking pretty bad. Looking pretty bad. I have to get close with a spear. I'm sorry. Ariane! Ariane! I'm not giving up. I brought the flare gun today, although I think I just ran out of bullets. We're gonna have to make every bullet count. So I have to get her to kneel and then go near her with his spear. Oh! Oh, there's more! Okay, we don't actually need that. I also have the auto injectors today. Yeah, I have way too many healing items actually. We don't need this. Okay. What is that? No, I don't need that either. I don't have that gun. Oh, what's happening, dude? Okay, I don't need to like spam my stuff right away, but I am keenly aware of how I'm completely out of bullets. Keenly aware. Lord. I'm not doing great. I can do this right now, right? Oh, I don't even have this equipped. Jeez. Oh my god. Wait, I don't even see... I don't see bullets anywhere. Am I gonna be okay? Wait, I don't... Oh shoot, I'm just completely out of bullets. Are you kidding me? This isn't good. Is there anything I can do? You gotta give me a spear. At the minimum. Oh, come on, this can't be it. Oh, damn it. The closer I get, the more glitchy it gets. There's my spear at least. But I can't get her to... She won't... I don't have any bullets! Am I done then? Is this it? Oh! Oh! Violent scene missing. Promise. We finally did it. Wait, what? That was Falk! Falk shooting Adler? Now we are one. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Once again, you've returned. Are you really willing to go through with this once more? You've seen what happens. The world cannot take much more. This may be our last chance. The gate. You selfish monster. If you go back, it'll all fall apart. I can't let that happen. Ah! The eye injury. He doesn't have another eye. You'll destroy everything. Everything is so cyclical. The eye injuries, the recurring poses, us being here again. Adler waiting for us at the gate. Me killing Falk, who might have been like a double me. But this time, will I break again? So far, so good. Return. I can't open my inventory. Penrose Briefing, Phase 2. By our calculations, 1500 cycles of mission time will have passed when you receive this message. Congratulations, comrade! By now you should have become fully acclimatized to your new life on board your ship. This is the same as what we saw before. It's saying congratulations, you've made it here again. As you approach the Oort cloud, your search for new worlds will begin. Utilizing the long-range sensors, you will scout for valuable resources, habitable worlds, or signs of alien life. Remember to rely on your Replika to assist you in maintaining your vessel. We all wish you great success in your mission. Remember to rely on your Replika. Ariane, are you here? Cycle 225. When I signed up for this mission, I just wanted to get away from everything. I was sick of Rotfront, of school, of the photo store, sick of the fake smiles and the whispering behind people's backs. When I saw the photo of that soldier, I wondered who she was. Was she happy? Was her family proud of her? Did her comrades love her? Since we looked alike, could I have been like her? But in the end, I just wanted to leave. Nothing I had done or made ever meant anything to anyone, so why bother? Here, I'm finally free. I get to be by myself and to do what I want. I can finally be happy. Cycle 225. I don't think she was with Elster romantically here yet because she says that she's by herself. It sounds like she didn't really consider Elster a person yet. Penrose Briefing, Phase 3. Congratulations, comrade! You've survived 3,000 cycles, reaching the final phase of the Penrose program. With the end of the operational lifetime of your Replika unit approaching, it is time to prepare for the final phase of your mission. I have an operational lifetime? If you have not found a suitable world for landing by this point, accept that you will not. Find solace in the thought that others may be successful where you failed. As you are probably aware, your ship's spare parts and rations will soon be depleted. Life support systems and reactor shielding will soon begin to fail, and radiation may begin to leak from the cooling system. We recommend you do not attempt to prolong your suffering by reusing old filters or rationing supplies. That's why they mention don't eat your Replika. Instead, make peace with your fate. We suggest that you ask your Replika, while it is still functional, to spare you a slow and agonizing death, or that you take permanent rest in the cryogenic pod. Remember, you will die having served your nation by partaking in a glorious demonstration of our power. Okay, you only get this if you made it that far. Cycle 648. Talked some more to the Elster unit. She's different from the Replikas I knew back home. Nothing like my teachers or the block ward protector. I know she didn't have a choice, but it feels like she's also here because she didn't fit in. It's like we've run away from the world together. At first, I didn't like having someone around, and I was glad that she's quiet and didn't approach me. But lately, I've missed having someone I can talk to. It's been so long since I've last seen another person. I never thought I'd miss it. Except her, everything is the same in here, always. Nothing ever changes. But we know that they eventually found some kind of... With the dance scene that we saw, it was the 3000th cycle, wasn't it? And then, at the end of the scene, we got the transmission. Actung, actung. Oh no, but they were happy. Maybe they... Were they even trying to find a planet? Maybe they were just happy on the ship. But it doesn't last because rations, supplies... Cycle 1294. Had a strange dream. I was listening to the radio with my mother. Like back then, the numbers were on, and Mother was taking notes of the book on her lap. It was that book I saw in the shop window of the bookstore where the twins lived, the one with the yellow hooded figure on the cover. When I went there to buy it, it was gone, and Erica said the Protektors had confiscated it. The stuff that we're seeing is stuff that Ariane wants us to see, it feels like. The King in Yellow. Erica said the Protektors had confiscated it. Or was it Isa? I can't remember. Cycle 1840. Everything is always the same. I feel like I'm trapped inside this ship. I know every bolt on every panel in every room of it. I've seen everything. I've done everything there is to do in here. I can't concentrate on anything. It's like there's this fog inside my head, and whenever I try to do anything, I just can't focus. I want to go outside. I want to breathe fresh air. I want to feel wind on my face and in my hair. Cycle 2503. I think I lost more hair. I'm sitting here, getting older. Every time I wake up, I feel older, weaker, sicker. I get out of breath so easily lately, and my back hurts when I sit down. How much longer will this go on? It feels like I'm just slowly dying. If she's sick, how is she even qualified to be here? Alone, with no medical attention. Why would she even qualify to be in this program? Oh, the sound is the pipes leaking. Cycle 5000 something. I'm tired of it all. Every time I go to sleep, I wonder if I'll wake up again. I'm scared that it'll be the last time I said goodnight to her. Did I say it right? Will she be okay? What if one of us just won't wake up tomorrow? After the 3000th cycle, it's not like, okay, cycle 3000, Replika dies. No, they just stop getting maintenance, stop getting support. Ariane's not well. I'm a Replika. I eventually fade away. We just live every day like it's the last. Oh. Cycle 5400 something. I don't want to die. I don't want to live anymore either. Everything is just so exhausting. I just want to lie down and disappear. Cycle unknown. I just want to sleep. Please, just let me sleep. Please, just make it stop. Please. She's ill? But does the illness take away her life? Because it sounds like, it sounds like clearly she was unwell, but not unwell enough to die. It makes her feel so tortured, but it doesn't kill her. And she doesn't even talk about me anymore in the later entries, which worries me. Oh my god. There's another one. I couldn't keep my promise. Despite my best efforts, I eventually fell ill, too. It had to end this way. I couldn't keep my promise. The music. The music they start all the broadcasts with. No, so this isn't a Elster that's tried to come here then. This is the original Elster. Original? I don't know if there's meaning to these words that we say. Especially when in application with stuff like, time loops and unending cycles. It's time. This is all that's left. But if that was the original Elster, like how the hell... How am I standing here? What am I? Some kind of memory transference? Go home? Yes. Remember our promise. Like the original Elster probably died between the entry when she was talking about what if I don't wake up tomorrow, and then she never mentioned me again. I've come back for you. It's me, Elster. Elster? I'm sorry, but I don't remember. It's okay. Please. Just let me stay by your side. A little longer. I'm here. I'm just letting you know I'm here. I'm just thinking right now. Has so much time passed that she forgot about me? Even though I thought she was the one telling us to keep our promise. But she was still alive though. Like, that was the cryopod, but she was still alive and in pain. And was she in pain still? I hope not. No, I think we're not. This isn't a fake out. The credits are longer this time. Okay? Okay? I did all that? Okay, I'm here, okay? I'm just... What? You know, I feel like, especially if you think in video game terms and stuff, we play games for escapism. And part of escapism means that things that don't necessarily happen in real life happen. For example, if you put in the effort to do something, you'll get a reward. Or, you know, you'll get a good outcome, right? And so I feel like we spent so much time trying to fulfill our promise. And not even just the time that we've seen here too, because we've canonically seen that there were a million other Elsters trying to do this thing. Finally got to the end. And this is what awaits me. But you know what? Though, I agree with Elster that it's okay. Because I see that Ariane is alive and well, and I feel like that's the important part. And I also fulfilled my promise to go see her again. I fulfilled it. She doesn't remember, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Is this okay? Yeah, it'll have to be. It'll have to be. But I don't think Elster's gonna make it out of that one though. Like, she was lying down there, blood everywhere. We went through hell. But The true hell that awaited us was at the very end. I can't. No. I can't. Seriously? I mean, I also want to think about all the stuff that we learned throughout the journey, like, oh, why were we getting teleported between places? Or what is really being bioresonant and being gifted and replicas and all that stuff, but the only thing I can think about is the Promise and Eusan and Elster. Is there more? You can't. Please tell me there's more. No, you can't do this to me. Oh. Memory ending. Okay. Wow. I'm surprised my average time between saves is 16 minutes. I feel like I saved like 20 million times. What's death cheated? I don't know. Okay. Okay, memory ending. So there's other endings then. There's other endings. How do we get the other endings? Oh my goodness, I feel like we're gonna be jumping down a rabbit hole here. You know, usually in games, if you want to get a different ending, you would load up to the last save and then change your last choice or whatever, right? But in Signalis, it looks like it's significantly more complicated. Because what they do is they take into account everything you've done throughout your entire playthrough. And I had to look up this guide on Steam. It seems to be the one that's most comprehensive. It looks like there's a lot of math involved, so I'll put this in the description if you're interested in reading it yourself. Basically, to begin with, it looks like there's 4 known endings. 3 standard ones and 1 secret one. So the memory ending I got is one of the standard ones. And the things that they track throughout the game that factors into what ending you get is stuff like how long you've been playing for, how many people you killed, how much damage you've taken, how many times you died. Region time, I think this is related to healing, because the repair patches and the red sprays heal you over time, as opposed to the blue ones, right? And then how many times you cheated death, which I think is how many times you made it to red and then still made it out of the engagement. How many times you talked to NPCs, and even how many times you checked the doors. Isn't that insane? It looks like there's 3 variables here: death, leave, and circle. And based on the things that we just mentioned, the variables will change. They'll get +1s or +2s or -1s or whatever. And by the end, when you reach the end of the game, the values in those variables determine which ending you get. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of calculations here, which, well, if you're interested in math, great, but it's not very human readable, right? So this guide offers some practical examples of what you might want to do to get certain endings, but I don't think this is that, These examples might be one way to get the ending, but it's certainly not the only one, because if we look at the memory one, it says that you'll want to go fast, beat the game in under 6 hours, ignore all the NPCs, get off the pen rows and beaches as fast as you can, and be conservative about killing too many enemies, avoid taking damage, and don't heal too much. Which, I mean, just looking at my own playthrough, the only thing that I did in this list is probably maybe just be conservative about killing people. Yeah, I'm not sure if these are... Generally, they seem to say that for the leave ending, you want to talk to all NPCs as much as possible and drag out the time and... Yeah, and then for the promise ending, you want to kill everything and be hyper-aggressive and... Oh, but you want to... No, this is... The promise ending is the one that you want to rack up the time for. Yeah, it's not super clear to me what playstyles really lead to which ending, because, I mean, as we just said, the example for the memory doesn't even line up with what I got. So, yeah. As much as I'd like to replay the game again to get a different ending, in the interest of time, it looks like we can use the debug menu to force certain endings. So the one that we got was memory. We can try a different one here. Force end L. It's time to go home. Everything up until this point has been the same. Same fight, same cutscenes. Oh! Leave. In the end, I had to leave you behind. I wanted to see you again, but it's too much. Forgive me. Oh my god. But it's like we snapped out of the spell. Everything stopped being red. Because we weren't on this hell-bent mission of fulfilling our promise anymore. Wow, that's it? Oh my god. Seriously? Even the music is more depressing here, but that was really short and... hard to see... Well, this is playstyle dependent, right? But no matter how you play, it's a little bit difficult for me to see how an Elster that spent so much time and effort to fulfill a promise, why would she just get to the end and just turn back? Is it because maybe a part of us understands that what Adler was saying was right? If we go back, everything will get messed up, everything will fall apart again, and so we choose to leave so that the world can start healing? Honestly, who cares about the world if it means saving my girlfriend, right? Like, I mean, this is not the first time I've had to make that choice. And, I don't know. Okay, let's look at the other endings first. Leave ending. Okay. Force End D. Remember our promise. That sounds promising. Why can't she die? Why does she have to be here all alone? Oh. She immediately remembered me. This is very obviously Evangelion. Elster. I can't do it. What? You have to do it. It's time for this to end. What? You remembered me! Please. Oh, well, you remembered me. I'm here. What's the problem? What? Oh my... I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh. No! Not again! Why? Can we just be happy with our girlfriend? But this time she remembered me. And there was no hint of surprise or anything. Like, oh, Elster, you're here. You finally made it to me. Like she was expecting me. So seeing that would make me think that earlier, back to when I was thinking, oh, is Elster just remembering the promise and going crazy? Or is Ariane actually telling us to come back? If I see this, then I would think that Ariane's the one who's been calling us back. But we know she's been in pain though. She was in the cryopod, where hopefully she was asleep and stuff, but I mean, a lot of the diary entries talked about how she couldn't go to sleep. Maybe this is a release for her. You know, I'm trying to look for the positives in it all, but in the other one, she doesn't remember me, but does she still feel pain? I did all this just to... Oh my god. Why is life so painful? Just let my lesbians be happy. What the fuck? Promise. Promise, huh? I fulfilled my promise. Wait, so is the promise going to Ariane, or is the promise killing her? This is the promise ending. So it's the only one where we've actually fulfilled it. It's the killing part. Oh my god. Is it something like, you promised you would put me out of my misery? Something like that? The strangling was another Evangelion thing. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this! Last but not least, there's a fourth ending that's a bit different. It's not playstyle dependent, because what we have to do is open that safe that we saw that had 3 locks on it. So what we were supposed to do is finish the game one time, and then in certain locations of the game that is completely not telegraphed in any way that a normal human would have noticed, there are 3 keys that we have to go pick up, and then you're supposed to go there and open the safe, and that's how you unlock it. It's not very clear to me how people actually figure this out, but I think what they did was, at some points in the game, there are some rooms where there's strange frequencies, and then they somehow put it through a software that spat out an image that led them to finding out where the keys are. So, crazy people doing crazy stuff. Thank you to all the smart people who figured this out. But yeah, this one I can't force with the debug mode directly, so I'll have to replay the game again really quick. Oh, wow. The red eye. A radio transmitter. It seems to be connected to the computer. So we can look in this room in the beginning, too. Old Imperial cereals. I'm pretty sure these are banned. But of course it doesn't mention anything about Ariane. Textbooks on radio operation. They look old and worn. Dark pictures of a coastline and an island. Are they photographs? The national flag. This. A heavy safe box wrapped in chains. That's what we gotta open. The computer screen is blank. It would be very scary if it wasn't. An old wooden wardrobe. The door won't open. Where could it possibly lead to? A light switch. I'd rather not turn it off. And again, the hole is gone. Remember this room? This is like Yeah, way back early on in worker accommodations. Thank you very much. So it looks like what we're supposed to be doing here is we use the radio. The number we want is 96. Oh, actually it doesn't show anything here. Okay. Yes. So without doing that, you can't get the key. There's a motionless body inside the cage. I didn't check this out beforehand, but there you go. This is the Storch dorm room again. And it looks like this big-ass room wasn't here for no reason. Whoa. This time we need 65. Actually, I have no idea what that was just now, though. That sound, that was kind of creepy. So you're just supposed to click on the bookcase and the key appears. There's no prompt or anything. Key of Eternity. Oh! Hey, there's letters on the other side as well. When I first came here, I went the other way. For there be, sorts of death. Some wherein the body remain, some it vanisheth quite away with a spirit. But I think they built it so that you can't see all the letters because we have a time limit. One kind of death the spirit also while yet the body was in vigor for many years. Sometimes it dieth with the body, but is raised up again where the body did decay. This is related to the zombification. And star fell from the sky, and a mountain fell into the sea and turned to blood. A moon turned black. Yeah, this side is scarier because there's all the skulls. It calls me. In a sea of flesh, we will become one, but I can never go back to being me. No boat this time. Yeah, that's very obviously... Oh, this is a skull too. These are like partial skulls, which is extremely pleasant. Oh, what the hell? Ugh. Okay, great. Great. I don't mind leaving now. You can take me. Thanks. Back in the Ito bookstore. We want 240. It doesn't even show us anything. Oh my god. Now what? Now we want to go to these bookshelves. The books... Oh, here we go. Wow, that's a tricky click. That took a little bit of clicking. Key of Sacrifice. And that's what we need. Okay. The 3 keys. Key of Eternity. Are you still looking for answers where there are only questions? Yeah, the key, it does say 512 on the teeth. There's nothing but heartbreak at the end. Key of Love. Cycle 888. I've tried to teach Elster how to dance. It's so cute how clumsy she can be when it comes to these things. This one doesn't have 512. More regular looking key. Cycle 1024. Oh, another computer related number. Before I met Elster, I never believed I would find someone I could fall in love with like that. Key of Sacrifice. On the horizon, I saw a star fall into the sea, and the sound of thunder, like trumpets of angels, flew over the water. Is that like the war on Veneta? This key is really weird too. A mix of hail, fire, and blood hit my wet face, and a third of all creatures that lived in the sea died. Yeah, the nuclear explosion on Veneta. Just thinking about Veneta makes my head hurt. If Ariane was on the Penrose, and what the hell was Elena on Veneta? And maybe this is all just in her head, man. Like, and we'll talk about this later. We can unlock this now. Key of Eternity. Key of Sacrifice. Key of Love. What was that? Is that a save? I guess so. Okay, so this is really insane, but the code apparently is... Do you remember back in the beginning, the number station stuff, the very first scene that we had? That's the code that we had to put in. 3, 9, 4, 8, 6. 6, 0, 1, 7, 0. 2, 4, 3, 2, 6. 0, 1, 0, 6, 4. But it goes to show that normally to get this ending, the amount of effort is pretty astronomical. It seems to be the insignia of the safe manufacturer. Really? But we've seen it in so many places. Oh. White lilies. Pick up the flower? Oh, that green is the first time we've seen that green. The monuments again. Oh shoot, this is like one of those— What? What? I was gonna say, this is like a Veneta photo that we saw in the fake ending. The monuments and then a little pot of flower. What the hell? Oh my god, what the hell? Eclipse. Red eye. Oh Jesus, that's an actual eye. Remember our promise. Hell if I know what the hell that meant. But I think it was supposed to be like, here you go, you spent so much effort trying to get this ending, here's a... Look, I'll give you 2 more seconds of the dance scene so you can feel happy again. Except it was in the broken version of the Penrose. But this time, like, we didn't even actually travel to the Penrose or anything. We just picked up the flower and the ending played. So it's hard for me to feel like this is... Well, I don't think any of them are good endings, really. That scene where we laid the flower on the monument and then there were a whole bunch of other Elsters, I wonder if it's saying something about the persistence required to do this again. Like all the other Elsters, I assume they went through similar levels of hell. And then I was the last one, and for some reason, after completing the circle, 6? Was it 6 that we needed? No, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, man. Man. We don't even get like a nice music or anything. We were persistent, but again, it doesn't mean that you'll be rewarded. Artifact ending. What does that mean? What's the artifact? Flowers. I feel like I've seen the flowers before. Was it during the dance scene? Next to them when they were dancing or something? But other than that, has the flowers... I don't know, man. I did all this hoping for something. Something! The something I'm looking for. Is it really here? As far as endings go, I think that should be it. Oh my god, we took like an hour just to go through all the endings. And honestly, at the end of it, there's still a gigantic question mark over my head. There is still so much that either I never picked up on personally, or the story never really bothered elaborating too much on. I think what makes it so difficult to parse out is that whenever we run into some kind of an event or like something happening in the story, there's always multiple ways we can explain it, and towards the end there, Adler did mention that reality was basically getting corrupted. When reality is getting corrupted, how can we even parse out what's real and what's not? Especially with Elster. Yeah, I've been thinking about this because I just reviewed all the endings one more time. Elster... Remember how we had that one note that said all the Elster units, the original neural pattern was lost. Now all of them come from the one that's on the Penrose thing. So that probably explains why there's so many Elsters trying to come to Ariane, because every single Elster is made from that one pattern, so all the feelings and the memories get transferred over. But in addition to that, we saw that Ariane was exposing the quote-unquote original Elster to music and war movies and all that. That probably caused some resurfacing Gestalt memories on top of how reality itself is being corrupted. So when we get presented with a story from the view of an Elster, everything is very uncertain because we have no idea what we're seeing. Is it actually real or what? Whenever we see Alina, is that just a leaking Gestalt memory, or was Alina actually at the mining place? Yeah, there's a lot going on. We never got a really specific definition of what bioresonance is, but we know that Ariane was bioresonant, and the more we went into the story, the bigger the impression I had that she was manipulating the reality around us too. Like, why did we keep seeing classrooms when we were in the mining facility? Or why did we keep seeing patient rooms when we were on Rotfront? These are things that we know to be pretty associated with Ariane's upbringing, because we know that she was sickly, so she was at the hospital a lot, and then school. Well, memorable for her, maybe not for the right reasons, because she was being bullied and all that. So it definitely seems like the reality, whatever we're seeing around us, seems informed specifically by Ariane's experiences. Yeah, like honestly, there's just so much going on here. I feel like this video will be 5 hours long if we just went point by point, so let's try to focus on the big picture here, how about? No matter if it was reality or a dream, like what was this whole thing really about? It's the story of two people. Elster and Ariane. And I'm actually even at the point where I'm thinking, well, what if everyone else was fake and not real? Because Falk at the end there was kind of creepy too, how apparently she and Elster were melding together, and it's a story of Elster and Ariane. A love story, if you will. It's a story of how far will one person go in their love for someone else, I guess. The various endings that we saw, none of them were happy, I think we can say that much, which I hate, but from a narrative standpoint, I actually really appreciate, because I always feel like when games have very well-defined good or bad endings, it doesn't really serve a narrative purpose, because what it's actually doing is it's a check for the player to see how well they played. If you played well, you get the good ending. If you played poorly, you get the bad ending. Like, it's not for a narrative purpose that there's these endings. So here, we have a lot more to chew on because every single one presents something a little bit different. And I'm not even opposed to the idea that, because we know there's been a lot of time looping stuff going on, right? So maybe all of these are canonical in some way. Some of them do seem like they might have happened chronologically later than others though, like the promise ending where we strangle Ariane and kept our promise to kill her. Which, man, just even saying that out loud is so depressing. And then there's other endings where Elsters are too afraid. It's not that we were afraid to see her, it's that we were afraid to be the one to kill her. Or there's other Elsters where we got there, she forgot us for whatever reason, and then we couldn't do it, and we just die next to her. Which I realized upon replaying for the artifact ending that, oh my god, remember the fake ending? Our Elster, the orange plate one, we went to the Penrose and we stole the plate, the blue and white plate off the one that was dead on the ground, right? The dead one on the ground is in the exact same pose that you end up in the Memory and Promise ending. Which does seem to lend to the thinking that each of those endings is basically one loop of Elster. One or more loop, really. And I don't know what did Elster and Ariane do to deserve this? What did they do? I am so upset. I'm upset. Especially for Ariane, who pretty much literally did nothing wrong. She was born different, a little bit different, and she was raised a little bit different. Somehow that seemed to be the catalyst of all these bad things happening, and it's just not right, you know? It's just... No. Isa, like, I'm trying to think back to the other characters as well. Alina, Isa... These stories all ran parallel to Elster and Ariane's in some way. Definitely not a coincidence that Alina, Isa, and Ariane kept being put in the same poses for the cutscene art. It gives it a very past life / reincarnation / everybody melting into one singular flesh hive mind thing kind of feel. Yeah, there was a whole stuff about the meat too. Like, corruption of reality, yeah. Right eye injuries from Adler, Isa, and Elster. Lots of repetition. Lots. It's the cyclical cycle of circularity, truly. But at the end of the day, I really just think it's Elster and Ariane's story. Forget about all the peripheral stuff. It's really just a story between them and how they couldn't fight against the fate assigned to them, or whatever you want to call that. Although the artifact ending does give me a little bit of pause. Yeah, that one seemed a little bit different in nature. There was that shiny thing in the middle of the monument that had a hexagonal hole. And I just want them to be happy, but in that ending, they were dancing and happy, but among the rubble. So I don't really think that was really the happy ending we were all hoping for, but if someone is happy in a dream, does it make their happiness less valid than if they were in reality? Well, things to think about. Signalis! Great little surprise that was completely off my radar until it came out pretty much, but I'm so glad I did a first look on it a few months ago, and I'm so glad I eventually came back because, whoa! I think even, yeah, like back in my first look, I already noted that the presentation was very strong, but who could have known that the story would get even crazier by the end? Lovely experience. I had some minor gripes with it by the end. Surprisingly, it's not even with the inventory. The inventory limit, okay, you know what? Do whatever you want, I'll do multiple trips, sure. But the one thing that really kind of peeved me was the interaction prompts being finicky. Like, I just don't know why it's so sensitive that turning around or moving a few pixels will get it to go away and come back, and yeah. A lot of people have noted that this game is inspired by stuff like Silent Hill and Resident Evil, and I'm actually not quite familiar with either of those franchises. Resident Evil, I've only played the remakes, so I sort of see it, in the... Like, there's a very older gaming style here with collecting the key cards and the red disc and the blue disc, that sort of thing. Which I imagine is a nice nostalgic throwback for people who are big fans of that kind of thing. For me though, I did get the sense that, like, I mean, doing it once or twice, okay, fine, collect 5 key cards, fine, collect 6 plates, but it felt like we did it so many times that at Rotfront, I was secretly thinking, are you kidding me? We gotta go find 6 more tarot cards. But it's just the genre, I guess, so it's not really like a big gripe or anything. It worked well. Yeah, I mean, it worked well for the style they were going for. It's clearly in that Resident Evil item inventory kind of style. I'm not familiar enough with Silent Hill to say anything about that front. But yeah. Great surprise. So glad I played it. And I'm sure there's so much more we can talk about here that I haven't even touched upon. Oh, you know what? The thing on the shotgun ammo that I forgot to talk about before. I think someone mentioned it in the comments already. I did look it up, and it's the name of a Chinese archer, which doesn't exactly make that much sense with the shotgun ammo, but they do play it kind of loosey-goosey with the... Oh, the use of language in this game is kind of interesting. We can talk about that. Yeah, they definitely used language as an aesthetic to its maximum here. Which, as we just noted, doesn't always make perfect sense, but I think they really capitalized on people being afraid of exotic stuff. Like, because I think it's pretty unlikely that any one person, well, probably someone does know every single language in the game, but pretty unlikely, right? If you're playing in English, we have English, German, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, at the minimum. That's off the top of my head, so there might be more, and when you see gigantic blocks of text that you don't understand, it's like, oh, I don't know what it means, I'm scared! So that's a pretty clever way of building eeriness and surrealism, I think. Also really appreciate that they didn't do any jump scares, because I'm pretty squeamish about that kind of thing. Yeah, it was just really atmospheric the whole time. It's beautiful! This game is awesome, I love it, I'm so glad I went back to play it. That's pretty much it. Like I tried to say earlier, there's probably so much more that we haven't even touched upon yet. And so, if you have anything you want to share, please do share it in the comments. I would love to read about what everyone thinks about what the hell this entire story even was. I guess with that said, this was Signalis with Welonz. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed playing it. And I hope to see you all in another place, in another time. Hopefully in something a little bit happier. Bye.